Sagittarius, hi. So we're going to do your August prediction. All right. I'm so excited for you this month. Okay. We're entering, well, the last 4 months of 2026. Without further ado, let's go. Okay. Whatever this is regarding to love, money, we'll do two parts. First is love, relationships, family, friends. Okay. And the second part will be your career. Okay. So let's see what's going on in the human relationships sector. Ready. Sagittarius, August. Okay. Collective. Check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get the best reading out of all. It's all uploaded in my channel. All right. Okay, let's see. Sagittarius, human relationship sector. What are you going through? Almost there. There is a decision that you couldn't make up your mind of, and you're potentially thinking about leaving the situation since you can't make the decision. Well, that's one kind of making the decision, okay? Because this decision has some relations to your financial sector, okay? So this can like even indirectly correlate to your finance. For example, if you choose to be within the situation that is going to hurt your finance, that is going to hurt your independence, stuff like that. So you feel like you want to do the best for you. This is what I'm getting. Let's see what else. Yeah, and then around the middle of the month, you kind of like make up your mind. So currently, you're still in the place of should I, shouldn't I? What shall I do? I couldn't make up my mind. I don't know what to do. That's why you're watching this reading, of course. But in the middle of the month, you're like, you know what? I made up my mind. I'm going to do ABC. As for what decision you made, we shall see. But you look very hopeful. You look very optimistic, positive. You know, it's almost like whatever challenge that it threw in your way, you're going to take it. But I do see something happen over here. You got the Tower card for some reason. Okay, we're going to do clarifications regarding to that, but let's just see. So the Tower is referring to a situation coming to an end, okay? This can even refer to the past person if you're thinking about him or her. So like you can use it to any situation, but it is the situation that you're most heavily think of. That's what this reading is referring to. If you just met someone and you don't even think about them that often, this is not a reading that's referring to that, okay? So obviously we're talking about a connection, guys. All right, it's a very important one. As a Sagittarius Venus, I feel you too. Okay, so I can say my reading is quite accurate. Yeah, you're like, it's driving me nuts, man. It's driving you nuts because on one hand you need to go to your work, go to your daily routine, you go on clock in, clock out, doing your work stuff, and meanwhile, all of this stress and anxiety, and you don't know what to do, is at the background, at the back of your mind, and you don't know what to do about it. So you are still in heavy turbulence regarding to the situation. This is a fun reading, and at the bottom of the deck, you got the unknown, the uncertainty card. This is definitely has something dealing with your subconscious crisis, I would say. Yeah, it's one of those where you come into this life, you need to solve stuff, you need to learn lessons, that type of shit. So I want to see directly what is the trouble? Let's do the Tower first. Okay, I don't do regular stuff. I do what I like. All right. Let's see what's going on with the Tower, man. My God, it is such a right choice to choose to do you first for the first August sign. I know I didn't do your end of the month, July, so this is a compensation for you. Yes, and thank you. What is the Tower referring to, man? Yeah, it's like a shock of something. The Tower, the Tower, the Tower, the Tower. One more. Oh my goodness. You got plenty of options and you don't know which one to choose. Yeah. So this is a situation where it's hard to get clarity from, but you know the clarity itself already. Yeah, I'm going to need some further clarification on this one. Okay. What happened between you and this person is in the past, there's a conflict and you both got hurt. Okay. And there is probably some misunderstanding among it too. A misunderstanding on your side, misunderstanding on their side. So that's why you guys broke off. You guys probably are not talking to each other as well. This is kind of like, it can happen right now. It can happen a while ago. It can happen even 2-3 years ago, 5-6 years ago. It's the connection that you're thinking about the most. All right. Yeah. And there are some immaturity involved when the conflict happened. So one of you has some immaturity. Maybe it is them back in, a few years ago. They're not mature enough to handle the situation. So it's one of those where you met the right person, but they're not ready. So they're kind of like the wrong person, but they're not the wrong person. They're just like not reaching to the point of emotional maturity. You just have to wait a little bit. And that is leading you to be like, oh, why would I have to stick with this option? I have plenty of other options. I don't have to stick to one when there's plenty. Yeah. But the fact that you are currently thinking about this so heavily, even when you're at work, you couldn't think about it. You're thinking about this day and night. That is telling me you are heavily emotionally invested in this person. So it's not one of those flings or short dates where you go on a date for even like up to like 2 years and then you forget about them. It's one of those deep connections that you couldn't resist. That's what's telling me. And your heart is fond of the connection. The heart wants what it wants. You need to play that Selena Gomez song. The heart wants what it wants. Yeah. So let's see. I think I got that tower pretty clear. Anything else we need to know about the tower? And I'm going to do a bonus for you of the hidden truth. I got the hidden truth deck that I never use. But since I got 300 followers now, I'm going to start to use that. Because I did post like all signs once and nobody's watching that stuff. But as a bonus, I'll do it for you. I'm quite intrigued. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Anything else we need to know about that tower, that conflict? But you know what? This conflict, it is indeed resolvable at the time, but you both don't have the tools to resolve it. You might be emotionally intelligent enough to know what to do, but it's still hard when you're in it and you couldn't really see, and the first option of yours is to leave. Yes, but technically, that situation, universe did give you 2 chances to resolve. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. But it's just that you both don't have the tools and the time is up. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else we need to know about that tower? It is a struggle. It is one of those where you have to fight so hard to go against whatever that is. Okay, I got 2 scenarios. For some of you, it is very hard to go against your will because you know this is not for you and you have to walk away, but you don't want to because you're deeply attracted to whoever this is. Obviously, you couldn't let this go, but you have to for some reason. And for the other of you, it is a situation where you have to fight hard. Yeah, there's a couple ways to explain this. You have to fight all your mightiness to go with whoever this is. There's probably tons of conflicts and shit, and it's just you're sick and tired of doing that. because in your mind, the relationship shouldn't be a fight. It shouldn't be a battle. It's almost like, my God, I have to go to the war every day with my guns packed, AK-47 on my back. Yeah. So that's what you don't want to do. And that's why you ended this, or it came to an end. And obviously, to end this cycle, it is super, super heavy for you. It is super, super heavy. Some of you may have like Taurus or Scorpio in your chart, by the way. It is definitely a transformational experience, I would tell you that, because both of you emotionally and spiritually evolved from the situation. But this is not something to deal with. This is probably one of the hardest to deal with relationship-wise. So heavy, feeling heavy, and yet you can do nothing about it. Okay, so let's do the connection. I want to see who is this, like what kind of person they are, right? Who are we talking about here, so you can get a double confirmation. Who is the person? My God, I'm running out of space. I need some space. Hold on. Who is this person that we're looking at here? Okay. Who is this? Probably should do lovers first, you know? Okay. Yeah. What? Very passionate, a lot of sexual attraction, tons of sexual attraction, something that you still, it's in your memory, you think about it once in a while type of thing. Okay, so obviously the sex part is extremely good, but this connection is very unstable. Okay, it has a lot of ups and downs. My God, these two cards together, are you fucking kidding me? Zoom in, lock in. You see? Unstable and fucking ton of trouble. Yet a lot of sexual attraction. Well, okay. That is the connection that we're talking about. So if the sex is not good, we're not talking about that part. We're not talking about those persons, those people. We're talking about the person that one, the sex is the most amazing, you couldn't forget about. Okay. And what is hidden here? Hidden information. What should your title be? The sex is so good that you cannot forget about them. Is that your title? I think so. Oh man, so funny. Let's do the hidden information. What is the moon referring to here? Obviously, you care a lot about them, first of all, okay? And possibly you have a hard time letting go of this. You are looking back, right? I strongly get that this is a past situation or something that just ended recently. A very important connection to you, but it didn't work out. So you tend to look back a lot. You tend to look back in the past to look at this connection and feeling upset. Yeah, frustrated. Almost like it's one of those where, what is the English word for this? How do I describe that feeling? It's almost like a very delicious cake that you have ever eaten, and yet you can't eat it again anymore. It's almost like you want to relive the good moments, yeah, but you couldn't, because you couldn't go back to the past. You couldn't go back to them again. So I think you also want to be with them at this current moment. You miss them a lot. Yeah. And because of that, it's hard for you to make up your mind regarding to this connection. You couldn't. Yeah, that's the hard part. So it's having a hard time of letting go. Yeah. Well, who knows? Like maybe there's unfinished business, but as for this current moment, this shit is coming to an end for some reason. Let's do the death card. Let's do the death card. Yeah, want to relive the experience, but you are unable to anymore. And it's almost feeling like, yeah, you obviously you don't want to relive those argument moments, but okay. What is a death card? This connection definitely haunts you big time. I like one of those haunt you spiritual connections. Yeah, it came to an end. The cycle ended because you have to see the truth out of it. It's almost like you're stripped naked. Sorry for my language. I'm funny, I know. It's almost like you're being stripped naked by the universe, and the universe is like, you gotta check out, you know? Like, now, no more confusion. You cannot pretend to not know, because you know. You know the fact behind this relationship, okay? You know that why things didn't work out and why can't things work out. So you gotta think from a really rational perspective. Yeah, it's just those tough moments where it's unfortunate that things couldn't work out the way it is. Things ended the way it is, and oh, this is sad. This is a sad reading. Very sad. All right, let's do the Hidden Truth deck. All right, just a moment. I'm gonna scooch out to get the cards. Just wait. Just wait. Coming. All right. What a sad reading for you. Let me just scooch him. Oy. All right, we're ready. It's also in the collective where, you know, important connections is in your head. That's like a collective thing. So you are not the only one. What is the person? What do they want to tell you? What do they want to tell you? If you know, if they can. If you're right in front of them, what do they want to tell you? Okay. What do they want to tell you but they couldn't? Okay. What do they want to tell Sagittarius? Bonus. What do they want to tell Sagittarius? Aww, that's so sad. They miss being with you. They miss the good times. They miss the bad times, not bad, bad times. Bad times. They miss all the good moments with you. If they're missing that, that means they couldn't experience that with someone else. They can only experience that kind of happiness with you, right? They don't want to let you go, but for some reason they have to. They have to let you go. They have trouble with the intimacy, not meaning sexually, okay? So since the sex is pretty good over here, I think this is referring to emotional intimacy. So it's one of those where they get too close to you. They are afraid that they're going to get hurt or get stabbed in the back, like the past relationship has done to them. Possibly have some trust issues, this person, you know, insecurity, trust issues, that's like, you know, what's stopping them from having that closeness, having that emotional intimacy with you, right? Yeah, so this person definitely have some traumas related to them. If they don't have, that's not your person that we're talking about here. Okay. Yeah, they probably act cold too. Like, for some reason, they sometimes are super distant, not because they want to, but because they're afraid that if they get too close to you, they're going to get burned. What a sad reading. All right, I'll see you next time, Sagittarius. Have fun. Stay tuned to the mid-month.